Greetings, dear viewers. This is George from Ireland. Here I am in Alexandrovsky Gardens in Moscow, and you can see the Kremlin behind me. What I'm really focusing on is this stele for the tercentenary of the Romanov dynasty. So the Romanov dynasty began with Mikhail Romanov in 1613 from a not especially distinguished noble household. The time of troubles was coming to an end. Russia had been invaded by Poland and defeated the Poles. There had been imposters claiming to be the Tsar Dmitry and so on. But anyway, so finally it was decided that the Romanovs would take charge, and the 16-year-old Mikhail Fyodorovich Romanov became the first Tsar of that dynasty. You can see in the middle, near the plinth, well, in the middle of the plinth, or perhaps I should say pedestal, the St. George slaying the dragon, and that's a symbol of Moscow. So you'll see in the flag of Moscow. St. George is one of the patron saints of Russia, and various other coats of arms. You can't make them out from here. And saying that this monument is erected to celebrate the 300th anniversary of the establishment of the House of Romanov, and lists all the tsars from top to bottom. Shan't go through them all. So the Romanov dynasty held huge celebrations in 1913 for their tercentenary, and it appeared they had some genuine popularity. The crowds came out for them, but then again that's partly because there was such a spectacular display. Now by that time St. Petersburg was the capital of Russia, but they came here to Moscow because Nicholas II was a traditionalist, even by the standards of a Tsar. He preferred Moscow as the historic capital of the country, not so Europeanized. You can see some footage of the pro-Romanov demonstrations, not entirely stage managed. There was some genuine popularity. Things were improving for them. The life of the proletariat wasn't as bad as it had been some years before, or the peasantry and so forth. So that's why some revolutionaries despaired the revolution might never come in their lifetime, and had things continued on that trajectory, no First World War and so on, perhaps the situation would have solidified and there could have been some reform, something towards a constitutional monarchy. But Orlando Figes is one historian who rejects this thesis, who says that that wasn't going to happen. There was no way Nikolai II was going to do that. Even the cosmetic changes to the system were going to be put back by him as soon as he felt it was safe to do so, that it wasn't going to develop in that direction. Anyway, so this is in the Alexandrovsky Gardens, these gardens in the shadow of the Kremlin. There used to be a river flowing here, and then to celebrate the 1812 victory it was covered over and these gardens were created. There's many monuments here. What else can I say? Named in honor of Alexander the first Tsar at the time of the first Fatherland War against the French. You see some soldiers there marching towards the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in the Eternal Flame. That's number 1 sentry duty. Number 1 sentry duty used to be on the Lenin Mausoleum, but it's been on this Tomb of the Unknown Soldier for about 20 years now. I'll switch it off.